Hi everyone, so you can see here I am just taking the needle and the strand, and I am just basically going to start the corner and go into the first stitch on the side. So I'm just basically sewing it into place and then going into the next stitch to double secure that. So all you're basically doing is going into the stitches on the side and sewing that strand onto the hat. So you can see I'm literally just going into the next stitch, and you're going to do that all the way to the end. And I'm going to show you how to actually shape the strand into place. So what I did is I just sort of went round and made it how I wanted it to look. One thing I do recommend that you do is actually place markers so the strand doesn't move when you're actually sewing it onto the hat. So it can just be a little bit easier for you instead of what I did, which is just doing it freehand and just not worrying about that. But I do recommend doing the stitch markers, putting the strand in place and then sewing it on. Also, I sort of missed every like 4 stitches on the strand just to create that sort of effect on the beanie, so it just makes it a little bit nicer in my opinion, instead of going through every single tiny stitch at the side. So I'm now at the end of the strand, and I'm going to just basically secure it into place, sewing it on, and then I'm not going to weave in my ends just yet, just in case I need to redo anything or redo the strand again. So I'm just going to leave it like that, and there we go, that's the first part done. And all the second part is basically doing the exact same thing, but it's going to be a lot easier because you will have the strand now in place. The zigzag is now held onto the hat, so it's going to be a lot easier. And you're just going to basically do the same thing, but to the top of the strand. So you're basically just going to go over and over through the stitches just to properly secure that zigzag on. If you haven't already, you can find the full downloadable PDF pattern on my website or on my Ravelry page. and that gives you all the information to knitting up the hat with the cast on stitches, how many stitches to knit the strand and how many centimeters to make the strand as well. It is now time to weave in those ends. So I'm very lazy in this video and actually just knotted it. So I basically just double knotted the strands together, which I don't highly recommend, but it's worked fine for me. But if you can, and if you want to, I recommend just weaving in the ends into the beanie, just to make sure it's double secure and make sure it's not gonna come loose or anything. But yeah, I'm just double knotting the strands, and it looks like this. I thought it looked quite funny with the little zigzags on the back. But yeah, so that's basically what you're going to do, and then you basically are done and you have a really nice beanie at the end of it.